mean, wow, that was a performance from Ireland, 16-10 on train. Not expecting, surprising, but let's hear our analyst. What happened to Turkey there on CT side?
Yeah, it again seemed like on Dust 2, they were just able to win that one crucial round and turn it around on Dust 2, but on train, their CT side was really not good. Taking 9 rounds on the T side, that's pretty good.
More than good. Yeah.
More than good. But then winning only 1 on the CT side, that's
But was Ireland playing really good, or was Turkey playing bad?
I think Turkey was giving them a lot of picks that they shouldn't, like
a lot of space as well.
Yeah, a lot of space and a lot of pickoffs, especially in that Ivy area. I think Connor and then Nexus, when he picked up that AWP, he got a lot of pickoffs on that in that Ivy area. They boosted over the smoke, which is pretty cool. But then again, throwing a smoke in Ivy, I'm not sure who was that from Turkey, but you don't need to peek that smoke. You don't need to watch it constantly. You know, you won't see any. I'm pretty sure any top team, just basically picking that Ivy, unless that's an op that's waiting for the T's to, peek around the corner. So that was really questionable for Turkey, and I think I want to make a point of. I think one small detail kind of decided that CD side. For Turkey, definitely. Sorry, I think it was round after Turkey won, or that was the round where Turkey won. The one round they won on the CT side, and the huge part in that round was Woxic having that AWP. The thing is, they win the round, but he gets taken down by Connor as the exit kill, and AWP goes down. They don't manage to pick it up. So they go without an op in the next round, and in the next round, MN just walks out slowly from team mid, gets 2 kills outside. They lose that round, they go on an eco, and from then on, it just goes downhill for Turkey. So that one exit kill, I mean, that's a small thing, but I think if Woxic had an AWP in the next round, I don't think MN could just walk out like that out of team mid. So I mean, a small thing, but I think it was quite crucial for...
It looked like Neil and his team had really good preparation for that T side.
Yeah, they shut down the economy of Turkey, and we said Voxic is really crucial for that train because he's the AWP player and he can do a lot. And he wasn't able really to buy the top because their money or economy was really low. He couldn't even afford M4 and a couple of nades he needed, so he goes with M4, of course, small armor against AKs and maybe a smoke or a flash. So that's a good thing of coming out of Ireland, keeping economy low of City, so they can't afford to buy that AWP and go with that. And I think they've done a pretty good job, even though they didn't really use a lot of executes as we said they needed. But as I said, keeping economy low in Turkey, you don't really need to be afraid of that AWP because you know they can't afford it, and that kind of plays, as Swojc mentioned, going out of team mid, getting 2 kills. It shouldn't happen really. They as I said, like they gave them a lot of space on that train, and that's really punishable. And we saw what Ireland can do with that space they're given.
Okay, getting into switch.
Sorry, it was too late so late in the half. It was 11-9 where they win the round. It's 11-10, and then the round happened that I was talking about. So at that point, when you get to that 10-10, 11-10, so late into the game, every round counts because one small mistake like that, and you, like Rama explained, they break your economy. They went for an eco. The next full buy, they again have an op. Finally, that time I think it was Engine picking up an op. But like I said, they lose first pick on Ivy, Connor or Nexus, I'm not sure, picking above that smoke. Yeah, that's a great small play by Ireland, but then I would say a mistake from the Turkey side. And just, at that point, when you get that late into the game, every small detail like that counts. And there you go. Ireland really, surprised me. It's a 1-1. But yeah, some sad news.
We talked about we're going to have more interesting matches as the qualifications are through. But we got an interesting match right here, and the third map is Mirage.
I honestly didn't think this would be the one of those interesting. I thought out of the two matches today that the second one would be more exciting than the first one, but here is Ireland bringing it back to a one-on-one.
Yeah, bringing it back to one-on-one. And
Mirage, right?
Third map, Decider Mirage. And Turkey bringing in the big guns. They called, I don't know, the
Xantares
instead of whom,
against
Xantares and Paz, right?
Sasuke and E1.
Yeah, there you go. So it looks like the Turkey doesn't want to, lose this. They don't want to drop this. Bringing in the big guns. So your expectations?
I mean,
there you go. We have an info that Ireland has a substitute.
Yeah,
too.
and that's Cinder that I talked about. So this last map should be really interesting.
Should be a bloodbath.
Yeah, but then again, Xantares is by far the best Turkish player out there. Maybe you could measure him with Tarek, but Tarek is an NA. So this will be pretty interesting. Both teams bringing out the big guns, I guess. So. I still think it should go Turkey's way, but
now we don't know.
Yeah, I just want to mention that. Yeah, that's last year, but just to throw it out there, Ireland played Mirage last year against Belarus, and they lost it 16-0.
Yeah,
16-0. Yeah.
The dream.
And I guess the comment for that is
oh.
Yeah. Okay. We've seen what Turkey can do with that ops. But we've seen that happened on train with the economy and everything. Definitely Mirage, a map where we can see an op duels. So should we expect that?
Yep, definitely. I mean, you have to. I mean, you have Voxic again playing with that op, probably watching that mid, and honestly, on Ireland's side, I think it was Connor picking that.
Connor and later in the half Nexus.
So they have let's say two players, even though Turkey has Engine who lost to pick that up. But it will be really interesting to see what both of these nations bring out the best. I mean, Turkey bring out their best player, Xantares, and Ireland with Cinder, as Swage said. So this would be really interesting third map.
Imagine Xantares watching this and Paz, and thinking like, okay, we're gonna have to play the third map, and going into the third map.
That was like the Bulgaria map.
Yeah. And going into the third map, I mean, two of them coming in with not knowing anything, without any influence of how Ireland played in the previous map. Do you think they can, just easily go straight with a stomp because, feeling confident in everything?
Talking about that Bulgarian match, where basically the same thing happened. They were on a 1-1 and they brought out the best players. I don't think it's going to be that one-sided as that third map. It was Bulgaria against.
I can't remember. Honestly, I can't find it here.
Sorry about that, but
Bulgaria
maybe
was
I'll find
Switzerland.
it.
Okay.
Switzerland. Yeah.
I think this.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
With the
I have
save.
it here.
I don't think it's going to be that one-sided because I mean Xantares and Paz, both great players, but then again, I mean Cinder is coming in and he's not Xantares, but he is still the best player of Ireland.
Yeah,
and they were able to take it to the third map without him. So
yep.
Do you think he would play for Ireland if Xantares and Paz are not playing for Turkey?
I mean, I think the problem of him not playing from the start was that he wasn't able to play. So I'm pretty sure he would have played if he was able, even if Xantares didn't play. So, I mean...
Or Neil thought
should we now change the player to watch
or that.
in these, coming into the third map? Should we change the player to watch here in Turkey and in Ireland?
No, I mean Xantares.
Of course.
No, but let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, we had 3 players playing, and they know what happened on train. Do you think they can recover from it? And do you think that fresh blood here can help it out and make a big difference?
Xantares definitely can make a difference. Yeah, maybe we are overpraising him. But he really deserves that one because as far as we saw him play in Space Soldiers in our league, he really dropped like every time 25 to 30 frags, 35, and he's one of the probably best aimers in Turkey, their best player. Cinder as well for Ireland. So this would be a really, really intense match, I would say. And I would really like to see both of these players stepping up for their nations, and we see like a close, really close match.
And I would like to say, I don't think he'll just make a difference in a fragging department, you know. I mean, the Turkish players, they know that Xantares is their best player out there. So playing with him should give you some extra confidence. And on the other side, I'm pretty sure Ireland players also know that Xantares is pretty scary. So, I mean, maybe that could impact them as well.
He's like a scarecrow bringing the fear.
I mean, yeah, of course. It just, you know, now we're playing against a boss, pretty much.
Yeah.
We were able to take it to level 1, but...
Do you think that in-game leader is going to change here? Is going to Paz take it over?
Despe, I think, was the leading.
Yeah, I don't think Despe was the coach.
Yeah, he was just a
with a different nick, right? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I'm guessing Despe is for the second time now their coach, so I'm guessing he pulls the strings. I don't think Paz is the in-game leader of Space Soldiers. No way. So, yeah, I don't think anything is going to change, but in terms of in-game leading, but.
Neil says to Cinder, go frag. Despe says to Xantares, go frag.
And whoever is better, they'll win. Okay, there should be, since we saw some weak performance on the CT side when it comes to Turkey, should we expect here some pushes, some aggressive play, since they want to pick up a couple of rounds and, you know, recover their confidence?
I mean, if I always talk about like the momentum and stuff like that, and if both of these nations start strong, I think we can maybe see aggressive plays coming out both of Ireland and Turkey. But the problem is this is decider. You don't want to make a mistake that will lose you a map. So maybe we'll see passive aggressive play. Let's say like.
It's like, you know, woman's world, passive aggressive behavior.
Yeah, and maybe they try for kind of.
We're gonna get a lot of hate.
From the ladies, probably.
Feminist. So maybe we'll see some kind of pushes, but that pushes would be like two teammates going together with flash from a third teammate and go for a refrag. I don't think we'll see solo plays aggressive because they can get punished to lose the round and maybe go an eco reset and stuff like that, and you can practically lose a map out of your impatient play. So I would really like to see maybe a bit aggressive here and there, but I would like to see them staying what they are comfortable on and trying to get frags that way.
I would definitely agree on the momentum thing. We saw, I mean, yeah, Turkey's city side wasn't good overall, but once they got that one round on Dust 2, they started playing it so differently. It was like they were scared at that point, and then once they got that one round, they started playing it completely differently, pushing A short, Voxic being more confident with AWP, grabbing some angles that he didn't to that point. So if Turkey starts off well, I expect them to just go and roll over Ireland.
Yeah.
If talking about Ireland, I don't think they changed anything. From Dust 2 to Train. They basically played it similarly. I would say really slow, trying to get pickoffs, go together, get into the site. They don't seem like a team that's going to just rush out, and like Turkey did on the T side of Dust 2. All the rounds on Dust 2 T side were really slow, and that goes also for Train. So I'm expecting that kind of slowish pace from Ireland. But if Turkey gets ahead, I think they're just gonna try and roll over them with aggression. Talking
about that mid-control, always we talk about Mirage, Xantares on one side, we have the big guns in. Do you think that's where all the action is going to develop?
I mean, definitely on Mirage, mid-control is important. And Space Soldiers, I think they kind of love to play that Mirage. They played it a couple of times in our league, so they definitely know what to do after they take control of mid. So that's the important part. Yeah, you take control of mid. It's a bit hard if the cities know what you're doing, and maybe they can wait for you to come out mid and pop flash in and try to retake control of mid. But I think Turkey has a point there. When they take control of mid, they know what to do after. So it would be a really tough task. Even even if Ireland knows what to do when they take control of mid, it will be a hard task both for Turkey, both for Ireland to maybe retake that control or maybe figure something else out, like push alley, push A house, or push even B house with 2 players, try to take control of something if you lose that mid. So I would say this is going to be a real intense match, and I let the better team wins this one.
Yeah, Turkey picked the CD side, won the 9th round, picked the CD side. Do you agree with that?
I mean, going for the safe route, picking city sides on Mirage, I think that's always a good thing. So even though they get Xantares and Paz in, seems like they're just they don't want to get overconfident. Just play our game, start on the city side, and hopefully have a good city side for once. If they win the half on the city side, I think they can take it all the way.
Okay, we're bold enough to go with the predictions, even though it's definitely been so far the closest maybe match in the European qualifiers. But let's try it out, Rema.
16-12 Turkey.
You're still with Turkey?
Yeah.
Okay, stick with them.
Yeah,
Switch.
I'll still stick with Turkey also, and I'll say.
Don't let Neil hear you.
And I'll say 16-8. I think Xantares will have that much of an impact.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, Turkey versus Ireland, 3rd map, decider, big guns in, everything ready, Mirage, Harry and Mega Man, takes away.
There we go. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, and thank you all for joining us in tonight's Best of 3 series. Of course, this is the TWC European Qualifiers, and it is the 3rd map of the night, Turkey versus Ireland. I'm your host, Harry, and I'm joined, of course, by my very talented American friend, Mega Man. How's it going, buddy?
Word, son. Let's get this one underway, brother man. I'm ready to rock and roll for this one. We got the big dogs in the house right now. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Xantares and Paz coming in for the Turkish side. You got Cinder over there for the Irish side. It's like they said, I expect to see a bloodbath on this map. Xantares trying to lock down this B bomb site. He's going to get tagged up a little bit, but it's Engine to find one. Xantares falls as Crady's going to be able to get that pick, but Engine going to find a second one. They're surely not going to be able to lock this down. They've got so much position here, but Calyx comes around. Cinder's going to be able to answer back. He's got the raid boss by, but he drops the Woxic. It's all going to be down to Connor in a 1 versus 3 with only 20 HP to work with, and Woxic takes him down. A quick round for Turkey.
Yeah, a very, very quick round indeed on the board as Turkey do manage to secure the first in spectacular fashion, completely deny the plant as well for the Irish side, despite Ireland getting full-on site control. They did have a lot of presence there from the kitchen kind of area, and as a result, we are just going to be seeing a force spike coming out here from Ireland as we go into the 2nd round. Once again, opting for perhaps some sort of B play here is 3 players heading up in towards B. You got 2 heading down into, 3 heading into mid. 2 heading down over towards B. It's going to be Cinder going through that lower tunnels, opting to go for that kind of play where you can surprise the guy through window. Paz gets one though from Connector to open things up as MN does get taken down. No one's there to trade for him either. And that's going to be a 1-man advantage leading the way of Turkey here.
Nix is going to be able to find the frag onto Xantares. UMP coming around the corner from Connector. Going to spot out 2. Takes him down. That's Paz doing a little bit of work. Cinder underneath the window room is going to be able to find Woxic with that Tech 9 headshot. But again, you've still got a player over in Connector to lock this down. Bomb has been lost in the top side of mid. 1 player in underpass, 1 player in the B halls. That's Cinder and Cinder and Connor. Cinder, well, spotted out, taken down. Engine going to get aggressive off a catwalk and finds the frag. With that being said, it's all down to Connor with the head armor and the Tech 9. Salvaged UMP, going to be looking for this 3 versus 1. Gives away his position. Calyx sweeps him under the rug, 2-0 Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's only been the first 2 rounds, but I mean, personally, already I was expecting to see a lot more from Xantares. He's always been a favorite player of mine.
Come on, cut the kid some slack.
Yeah, I know, I know.
2 rounds.
We'll give him a little bit more time to get into it. If by round 3 he hasn't, I would make him retire. So
I was actually offended when the analyst desk compared him to the likes of Tarek.
I would say I'd say better than Tarek.
I definitely would say that he's better than Tarek. But time will tell once he gets on a big boy roster one of these days. But the push coming in towards the A-bomb site. Calyx locking it down with Paz and Xantares. And that is going to be a 3rd round here. No offense to Tarek, though. He knows I love him. I'm just joshing here. This is my boy. Him and I actually met at one of his first CSGO LAN was Philadelphia in Philly. And that was the LAN that I cast for 27 straight hours. That was a rough one. Solo casted for 27 hours straight.
That sounds like it could be a film. You know, the one where What is it?
I wanted
About
to
1
murder
minute.
myself. I
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Well, then there you go. So going into, it's going to be the first rifleman for, whoa, what just happened to my sentence? It's going to be the first rifle buy for Ireland here in quite some time. 3-0 is going to be the scoreline right now, and they look to change that, as now we are to be going into the fourth round. We've got a few AKs across the board. Nexus are going to be picking up the AWP. No armor on him, though, so potential for that to play in a little bit more in the later stages of this. And Tara is in a very strong position in mid, finding one on the corner. No one's there to trade for him either. And it is going to mean a one-man advantage once again, leading the way of Turkey. Nexus does come in, finds that kill on his Zantara, so the trade comes in, albeit very, very late on. And, well, as a result, Ireland, they do manage to take a lot of control up in mid now and can basically head wherever they want to. You've only got Woxic left to really contend things. Calyx pushing though down on the ramp, finds that one into MN and does manage to take him down. As a result, any presence that Ireland originally had is just going to be completely eliminated there. And it's going to fall into a 3 versus 4 here. Saying that, it goes into a 2v4 as Woxic finds one on a Cinder. And now it's all going to fall into Nexus and Cratey. The AWP and AK combination here, as they are both trapped in that mid area.
Down to just Nexus and Cratey. Like you said, trying to shut this one down, but there's not going to be a whole lot for them to be able to do in this one. 2 versus 4. AWP for Woxic over by the window room. Turkey looking to put their 4th round on the board. Bomb working its way up to connector. Paz is right around the corner. He's going to be able to spot it out. Lines him up, knocks him down. And they both fall. It's going to be a 4th round now for Turkey, and they've been doing it in a pretty dominant fashion thus far. They've only lost 5 players over the course of the 4 rounds.
Yeah, and you know, when you think about the fact that 3 of those times it was Zantara's, like, you know, the rest of them have done a fairly good job of avoiding death for the most part. And as a result, their economy is definitely benefiting from that. I mean, look at it. It's looking very, very strong. 8 grand on Calyx. They're in a very good position to rebuy. It's looking like it's going to be a big play coming up from Ireland here as they are forced into an eco round, heading towards that B-side. Engine gets one through the little wooden thing. The spam area. Zantara gets one of his own, gets a 2nd as well. Zantara is going to go for the 3rd. He gets it as well. Zantara is in with the 4th. Oh, and they're the kind of plays we were hoping to see.
What were you
from
saying
him.
at the beginning
Yeah,
of the round?
yeah, I know. But it was only a matter of time before God Tares shows up.
Gotcha. Things to keep in mind, though. 7-2-0 for Paz, yet to die. Calyx 5-0-0, yet to die. And still only 5 kills on the board here for the Irish side. So bringing in Cinder, even though he's 2-5 right now, leading the charge for his team, it hasn't made much of a difference as Turkey is just off to a slaughterfest.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ireland, they are just kind of walking into things like Lambs to the Slaughter at the minute. Like you say, very, very low impact frags coming out. They haven't really got a lot of kills at all. 5, like you say, across the board, which is, you know, I mean, that's kind of what we'd be expecting maybe for one player about, you know, this point. And they've got it across the whole team. So Woxic starting things off in mid does completely eliminate that presence there as Nexus gets taken down. He managed to secure a 2nd on a Cinder, trading that frag as well, keeping that one-man advantage in favor of Turkey. And it's a very, very good start to the round here. I mean, you've got Cratey, who's managed to secure himself that AWP in top mid, and he's in a very good position to do some damage on a Woxic. But Woxic is showing time and time again how competent he is with that AWP, and I don't know if that's a situation I'd want to find myself in.
2 players over by a ramp right now. MN's going to give his position away. I believe that's Paz. It's going to go to duel with him. He's going to lose his life, but Xantaris is there for the backup. Going to go for the long spray down onto Connor and finds the double. It's going to be down to Cratey in a 1 versus 3. Shouldn't be a whole lot that he's going to be able to do out of this one, but we will see. 35 seconds. Bomb dropped at the top side of the A ramp. He does have the AWP to work with. Opts to go for the AK. 26 bullets in the magazine. Going to be looking for some more, but the wide peaks come out here from the Turkish side. Woxic's going to take him down with the AWP, and that will be a 6th round now for Turkey. 2 casualties in the last round. It's the first death on the board for Paz and Calyx, but God Terrace has showed up. He's here. He's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, coming in from a very, very quiet start and now already topping the leaderboard as we head into the 7th round. He's going to be 8-3. I mean, you know, that's good, but that's not take away from Paz's 7-1 or Woxic 6-1. Well, actually, anyone's something and 1. I mean, Zantara definitely has his share of deaths in this team, but Ireland, they're going to be setting up for an A play here, so they are going to be running into the crosshair of Paz and Calyx. Smokes go in, they're rushing out, no hold bars on this aggression as they start on heading out. Bomb's going to be heading into that site as well. Connor finds one on a Paz, that's going to be him going down 4 versus 5 now. Calyx does equalize things, but Connor goes through, manages to get 2 of his own with that Tech 9. That's going to be devastating. As it goes into a 3-on-2 now, Bomb does get planted, and it's all down to Engine and Woxic. Both of these players are AWPers for their team. And, well, you know, two versus three up against a team of techs and picked up rifles is not the time you want to be having an AWP in your hands.
Not at all, but Cinder's going to be able to find another one. Woxic in a 1 versus 3. It's an eco round that's going to come to fruition for Ireland. The first round that they get on the board is going to just be a bum rush into the A-bomb site. Can't imagine that Woxic's going to be able to do much here. He's actually going to fall all the way back over towards the market area in the B-bomb site. And with that being said, we finally see Ireland picking one up. Cinder's got the op over here by Cat. Woxic's just going to play the patience game. Not going to give too much away here. But the rebuys are going to come in. So much money on the CT side. No problem going for the buys here. And again, I mean, Engine's bringing up the rear at 4, 2, and 2, but the rest of the team is 6 kills, 7 kills, 7 kills, and 8 kills. And a reset here would be a pretty rough situation for Ireland. They should be able to invest another round after this is done, based off of the fact that they didn't lose a whole lot of players, and this was going to be a buy round anyway.
Yeah, and well, Woxic starting things off in mid, but that tag on the Nexus is going to put him down low, but doesn't find the kill. And as a result, not too much aggression's been taken away from the Irish side here. They do still manage to get mid control nicely, and while Cratey gets tagged a little bit there, Cinder is going to be peeking out with that AWP, but he does do the damage on a Woxic. Woxic now 23 HP, has to fall back off of mid, and that's going to get them a lot of control. And when you look at it as well, Ireland have got Connor and MN pushing up in towards that A site. So right now they're set up quite nicely for some sort of A take here. But I mean, that said, you've got Woxic who's rotated in through CT, and then you've rotated Tentares in off of that B site to watch mid window. And A has got 4 players within the vicinity at this point. Smokes and flashes are going to be lined up by the Irish side to head into that A site, and it really does all come down to whether or not we're going to see MN or one of the players from Slope open things up in a big way. I mean, you've got Cinder hanging about in mid, trying to find a kill here off of one of the rotating players from B, which is a fairly good use of him, but I mean, you know, he's only able to find one as Centares has rotated off of that B site.
Very slow play coming out from the Irish side. They don't want to give anything back. Early damage being done. The push is going to come in towards that A-bomb site. Nice shot from Connor to get that frag back onto Woxic, but it's going to be Paz coming around the smoke. One spotted up from Palace. That's going to go down. Calyx finds the 1x8 ramp. It's all down to Cinder. Manages to find himself over in jungle, but surely going to drop here. The spray down comes out, and Calyx is going to finish him off with the assist from Xantares. And a 7-1 scoreline and reset here for Ireland. They do have a decent amount of money to go for a reinvestment here. MN can drop an AK over to a teammate. And the rest of them can force up, or you can just buy an op. There's that.
Yeah, well,
too.
I mean, yeah, just throw caution in the wind, throw money to the wind. Just, you know, throw everything to the damn wind. Who cares at this point? No, but 7-1 to me the scoreline right now. Connor has the AWP in hand. Is going to get taken down in mid, and straight away they lose such a prominent player because of Woxic's marksmanship there, finding that kill. It is going to be a one-man advantage towards Turkey as no one's there to get the trade in, and Paz rotating through into connectors, and Tara is pushing up short. Mid is just a complete and utter slaughter right now, and they want to stay away from it. Well, Cratey's trying to do all he can to get some sort of return frag in, but he's unable to do so, and I'm worried if he keeps on pushing this mid area, there's 3 players here who can peek him, and I just don't see it ending well for Ireland. I think they just need to accept that they've lost mid control and maybe rethink this, but you know, send it over towards that ramp. It's going to be very pushed up. Cratey still baiting out this mid play here from Woxic, still trying to play these angles, trying to get some sort of a, you know, frag compensation going. Nexus though down towards B, picks up that kill on the engine. That means that that B site is going to be completely open. Rotate coming in. Zentares heading in through Kitchen is going to be the man on the scene first. Backed up, of course, by Woxic with that AWP. Woxic finds the first shot, and now it's going to be rotating back into mid because no other player is out towards that B site right now. 2 versus 4 is the current scenario. And while Ireland, they've got very little knowledge about where anything is, and as a result, 40 seconds left, they've got to do something.
Got to do something indeed. It's going to be very difficult for them to do anything into this round. They're going to boost up in the window. Pray to God that they're going to be able to get in here. They are going to be able to boost up, but Paz is right around the corner. He's going to hear this. He knows exactly what's happening. Cratey down by connector. Woxic's got to watch out. The flank has come out, and they do manage to take him down. Paz with the wild spray, and it's going to be Calyx to shut things down on that A-bomb site. So they do manage to finish off the round. A little bit of lackadaisical communication there from the Turkish side, but they do lock it out. 8-1 now. The reset is upon us. Ireland in a very difficult situation right here. They're going to have to go for the buy. The rush into the A-bomb site worked out for him the last time, but I can't imagine that it's going to work 2 times in a row. So they're going to take mid control instead. Walk6 over here. Smoke comes out. They're going to push straight on down into mid. I think he might have spotted the shadow of a player that was coming down towards that area. Passed up through connector. It's going to be passed to lock this one down. 1, 2, 3. Looking for a fourth. Gets it. No, that was Calyx that actually stole that one away. Calyx is going to finish it off. The full house for the Turkish side. 3 for Paz, 2 for Calyx, and a 9th round on the board for him.
Yep, 9-1 right now. Turkey 8 rounds ahead and in a very good place, both in terms of economy and emotions. And while Ireland, they are trailing behind. They're very, very quickly losing their window of opportunity to get back into this. And I would like to see some sort of tactical pause come out for them at some point soon. But anyway, to start this round off, it's going to be a mid-presence kind of play here once again for Ireland. We've seen them do it quite a few times now. They do rely on taking this mid, and Walk6 has done a great job so far of keeping the Irish away from it. And it's no different this round as he finds that first kill on a Cinder. Crate is going to be there trying to get their return frag, isn't able to do so, and Window does get smoked out. So they do manage to take mid-control, albeit at the cost of losing one of their players, Cinder. And well, 4 versus 5 is going to be the situation right now. 3 players in this mid area able to get these trades. Connor finds one, and Walk6 going to be peeking that short angle. Is able to pick up one in an MN now. So that's going to go 3 on 4 with 1-man advantage still leaning the way of Turkey. Walk6 in a very, very strong position over here towards that short. They're going to try and rush him, but he does fall back in time. He is just missing these shots here, but he's got players there to back him up over towards that side. Walk6 gets one. Paz comes in against the other. And that means it's going to go 10-1 right now as Turkey continue to storm ahead in the 3rd map.
Very strong come around from these players. Walk6 stepping up big for his team at 13-3. I told you the impact of his kills on Train were very, very good, even though Turkey ended up dropping that. His terrorist side half was very, very strong. CT side with the AWP has been equally as strong here on Mirage. Xanteris doing a little bit of work, but it's been Paz, Walk6, and Calyx that have been locking things down over by the 8 bomb site. 12-2 for Calyx, 14-3 for Paz. He's even got 5 assists to go along with that, so doing a tremendous amount of work. It's going to be a push in towards the A bomb site. That nade is going to dunk right on top of them. They're so low already coming out from the A ramp. And it's going to be Paz to push out in front of that smoke. Finds one and a second from the tip booth. Only 2 bullets left. Shot and Xanteris finishes it off. A little chaos over there, but 11th round on the board now for the Turkish squad on the CT half of this one.
Yeah, Turkey putting up such a strong CT side here in Ireland. They're really struggling to get back on top of things. And hopefully this rifle buy might be the time for them to do that. But I mean, still at this point, you got to feel like it is going to be too little too late. I mean, they might be able to secure 4 rounds at most. And even then, that would involve stringing 3 together in a row. And you got to feel bad. This mid push coming in there from Turkey could be huge. His engine gets one, and he's also got Paz there to trade for him. MN does get the return frag in. Connor gets one of his own before getting taken down by Calyx. MN finds one in mid though. And that does mean it's going to be a 1-man advantage towards Ireland here, as Calyx and Walk6 are going to be the remaining 2 players for the Turkish side. This is probably the most advantageous position we've seen Ireland in well, at least 5 rounds, I would say. As a matter of fact, I think it is 5 rounds. And well, Calyx and Walk6 going to stack both their players over towards that B site and then play for the retake of A, which, you know, is a very smart choice if you ask me. Walk6 now rotating in as they hear the smoke sign. It's going to get caught off guard though. Connor manages to find him there, and now it's all going to fall on a Calyx here. 1 versus 3. And it doesn't like Ireland are going to be picking up their 2nd round. So, you know, it's not terrible. I mean, you're definitely expecting more. Saying that, Calyx does manage to find one, so he can still go for this. He's got the kit. He's got a good bit of utility as well. But time is very, very fastly ticking down. He's very quickly running out of time here.
Does have a molly and 2 flashes. Molotov out towards Palace. See, this is what I was telling you before about utilizing your utility as you go in for the bomb defuse. He knows that there's got to be a player that's over here by T ramp. It's planted for it. But they're playing this really, really smart. MM's going to fall back in this position. He does lose his light, but there's not going to be enough time for the defuse to come in. And actually, Calyx needs to run. Picks up the AK. He should be able to get away. He's still pretty close. Almost loses his life, but he does survive with 7 HP. Carries the AK over. And he does economical damage at the end of that round. He takes 2 more rifles out of the hands of the Ireland side, forcing 4 rebuys. And that puts him in a terrible fiscal situation to go into the last round. If Turkey are picking up round 14 here, they're going to have a miserable buy on the Irish side.
Yeah, and to have your economy reset now in the round before the last round of the first half, round 14, it's not what you're going to want. Like you say, it would be a completely miserable buy on the final round. So they're going to be looking to try and hold on to this. You've got 4 players over towards A with Connor down in mid, trying to exert a little bit of pressure. And as a result, he is, of course, meaning the Xantares and Walk6 can't rotate as quickly as they would like. Smokes out onto A do mean that the Irish side are going to be pushing out, but Calyx in a fairly strong position on the site. He's going to be able to find one before getting taken down. MN comes in with the trade. 4 versus 3 now as Connor falls in top mid. Bomb going down towards that A side, but with 4 Turkish players coming in very, very quickly for the retake. It doesn't leave Ireland in the best situation. Craigie finds one as Antares. And well, with the push coming in from Engine through that CT spawn, they're in a very good way to try and retake this. Turkey now, they need to start to push sooner rather than later to leave themselves with enough time to deal with this Engine. Slowly but surely coming in from CT is going to get picked off by Craigie. Craigie gets taken down there by Woxic. Nexus from underneath scaffolding does find one. It's going to go into a 1 versus 1 here. The trades have been on point for both teams, and it's going to be MN versus Paz. And well, Paz thought he was up in Palace. That's what it is. How can I forget that cool? That's like the most basic cool in all of Counter-Strike. But yeah, Paz does go down. It's going to go 11-3, and as a result, Ireland, they will be able to fully buy up to go into the last round of the first half. 11-3 is the scoreline right now as we do approach the end of the first half.
This is going to be another buyout. Connor does not have a very strong buy. He's got the Pocket AK, the Tech 9. He does have full utility to go behind that as well. Crady doesn't have any utility whatsoever, so it's still not a very formidable buy from the Irish side, because it did come down to only 1 player alive in that last round, so they lost 8 guns out of 2 rounds. So that does put a little bit of a damper on your economy as far as the money situation is concerned, but the big part about this right now is the fact that they've been able to get up to 3 rounds. So if they do lose the pistol round going into the second half, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them. They're not going to drop immediately after losing that pistol round. They're going to have a little bit of a buffer to work with, but then they'll have to be flawless after all said and done. With keeping that in mind, they're going to gear up for another A hit. And there are 4 CTs that are close on this A bomb site with only a solo player at B. And that's actually Engine that's just playing by himself at B with the Molotov out primed, ready to delay as much as he possibly can if the hit comes over in that direction. But it's Calyx under balcony, Woxic from CT, Xantares from window, and Paz watching connector. So they've got a lot of vision on this A bomb site. And as the execute comes out, they're going to know exactly what's going on.
Yep, Cinder's going to start things off, and well, Xantares comes in to equalize things. Woxic gets one as well. That means so steadfast over here towards that A site. Woxic gets spammed down through that box. He's going to go 2 versus 2 here, and at this point, Ireland should be able to get that bomb down. And well, if they play the trade game, they might be able to secure a 4th round here. Xantares, though, and Engine, 2 very, very strong Turkish players left to retake this here. And, well, Molotov does go in, forcing MN out of position. Craigie isn't there to get the trade either, and as a result, it's going to go 1 versus 2 now. So all Turkey have to do is try and get these trades in. Craigie's going to go for the peak, and while Xantares goes in with the trade, that means it's going to go 12-3 to end the first half of the 3rd game tonight on Mirage, with Turkey securing a an 8-round lead, I believe. No, a 9-round. How can they do that?
That's 8.
Wait, oh yeah. Is it?
No,
it's 12-3.
you're right. It didn't
yeah,
update at the top of the screen. Shut up.
Yeah, that's why I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then there we go.
On my screen, it's 8, okay? In reality, it's 9. Math is hard. We don't get paid to do math.
We don't.
Video games. All right? This is America. We talk about video games. All right? Drink my Budweiser, smoke my Marlboro Reds, talk about video games. But with that in mind, going into the second half, it's going to be 12-3 in favor of Turkey. They've got a pretty insurmountable lead, and a pistol round here is going to put them on course to get up to 14, maybe even 15 rounds before we see the buyout come from Ireland's side. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to come back from. So keeping that in mind, this has got to be a very formidable pistol round, and they've got to get a lot of momentum back into their hands. Very tough uphill battle for Ireland ahead of them. Fast strat from Turkey. They're going straight into the A-bomb site very fast. Lurker up into the top side of mid. Smoke out for CT spawn. It's going to be very hard for them to get anything going, but N's going to find that headshot through the smoke. Planting directly in the smoke. Cinder's going to be able to find one. Connor comes around the side. The bomb does get planted, but Engine's stuck in the smoke. He can't get out of this one, and they just get wiped out.
Yeah, so a flawless pistol round there for Ireland, not losing a single player. Nexus just surviving on 1 HP, and that is exactly what they needed to kickstart the second half. Does mean things are going to go 12-4 with the potential to take it to a 12-6, 12-5 scoreline, seeing as they did get the bomb plant for the Turkish side. But I mean, still, it does leave Ireland in exactly what they wanted to be. They didn't lose many players. You didn't lose a lot of the armor and stuff, so that will save them a little bit of money going into this, and as a result, that much is the exact start that Ireland needed. 12-4 is going to be the scoreline, and Turkey, they're just going to be fully saving to buy into the next round.
A lot of pistol action going out to the top side of mid, and it's like you said, they're going to go for the third round buy. Nice shot from Brady. He's going to be able to spot one on Catwalk, but he doesn't have head armor behind his M4, and he gets gooshed down all the way to 50 with that one shot. But it's Cinder. He's got the P90, the nerd mower over there in Connector to find one on the Paz, takes him off the map. It's a two-man advantage now for the city side of Ireland. Just trying to lock this one down, and they need to be flawless on these rounds.
Yeah, they do indeed, in order to maintain that economy and stand any chance against stopping the machine that we have seen today that is Turkey. They do need to minimize the amount of casualties they suffer, and while they're doing a fairly good job at it right now, they didn't lose anyone in the first round, and this round looks to be the same. You've got Connor low HP, Cratey down to 50, but other than that, fairly competent HP across the board. Tantara is going to be the last guy left alive, but that Deagle does pick up one on O'Connor. But now it's just a question of 21 HP, a dream. And Godtares with the Deagle, can he make anything come of this situation? He might be able to do a little bit more damage, potentially even get a plant. But I mean, you know, you've got 4 players up against you, including Cinder with a P90. That thing's just going to roar through window and find the headshot on Zantares there. It's going to go 12-5. And now we are finally going to be seeing the rifle buy coming in for Turkey here. So it's going to be rifles versus rifles for the first time into the second half.
And again, I mean, it's the AKs, one Khalil versus a P90, 3 M4s and a FAMAS, and a nice opening there from Zantares. Just the pre-fire in towards window room. Going to net him the opening frag. They're going to catch out this player playing from default. I believe that's actually Nexus. Yeah, Zantares finds another one on Catwalk. This is going very poorly here for the Irish side. They can't afford to lose this round, but it looks like they will. It's all down to Cratey in a 1 versus 4. Not much that he can get going into this one. He's over by the window room. Not going to be able to find a whole lot in that area, as he is just playing from jungle, waiting for the terrorist side to make a mistake. But the post-plant positioning is very, very strong. They've got one in connector. That's going to be Zantares, just watching for a late-round lurk. One from Sandwich, one playing from the boxes outside of the Palace hallway, and then one over in terrorist or in CT spawn. So he's actually going to be lucky if he can get out of this alive, first and foremost. He's going to be able to find the opener, but yeah, they're going to close in on him. Woxic's going to finish him off. That round brought to you by Zantares. A couple of really nice picks in mid. And he's going to get the opening for Turkey to be able to just bombard that A bomb site. And they're going to be able to extend their lead back up to 8 rounds as they move on forward. And that's a reset here for the CT side. So they're going to be playing out and trying to make this happen with just pistols. Have an opportunity to get up to 14-5. A big, big lead going for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much room to play with. They're not really under that much pressure. Ireland, they're going to go a man down very early on as Zantares ends any sort of mid play there from the Irish side. Picking up the kill on a Cratey does mean that mid now is completely open. MN's the only person within an earshot, and even then he's peeking mid, but all he's got the pistol. And Zantares with a wonderful one tap there to start things off with that mid play. A 2-man advantage now. Cinder does pick up one of his own onto Engine, and that means it's going to be a 1-man advantage for these guys now. Connor versus Zantares, the duel of the century going down in mid. He does decide to run away, jumps down into a Molotov actually, so rather unfortunate there for him. And while Calix gets one on an exit, it's all going to fall into Cinder, and he's gone for the long flank here. I don't think any of them are going to see this coming that early on. Does manage to pick up one with a good spray. I say a good spray. A spray, at least, we'll call it that. But then Woxic comes in, does find that kill. It's going to go 14-5 as Turkey continue to just storm in this game. And well, they're 1 map away now from... Sorry, they're 1 round away from match point. So they're in a very, very good state.
Yeah, absolutely. A round victory here for Turkey is going to be detrimental to the Irish economy. This is really their last chance to dance in this matchup right here in this BO3. They lose this round, they're going to be in a very difficult position. There's an open window room that's Nexus. They've got support from Cat from Cratey. But again, it's going to be very difficult. He's trying to peer around the side of this smoke. But the op-shot not going to reign true. 22 HP left for Nexus as he works his way back out. And also, Cratey gets tagged down by an 8 on Catwalk to 59. So a little bit worse for the wear, and it looks like it is going to be a split onto the B bomb site. 2 coming from Catwalk, 3 coming from the B halls, and this is just going to be a crush onto these players, and this is going to be so difficult for him to hold. Cratey on Cat trying to do what he can, manages to find one, but immediately traded afterwards. Zantares goes down. Positive trades go the way of Team Ireland, but they still have to work their way in towards this B bomb site, and they have plenty of time to fall back from this. They have plenty of time to go back towards that A bomb site. The rotation is strong with the CTs. One on Cat, going to get spotted out here, but it's going to be MN to find that one on the Woxic. As though answers back with 2 of his own. And now, oh, I thought Calix was for sure going to be able to get that shot onto the player coming from Catwalk, but that's not the case. And it's down to Paz to clutch or kick. 4K would be the ceiling of the deal. He's got 2 players left. Cinder on Cat. He's now working his way back around towards Market to support his teammate. And then Nexus with the AWP from Market. And Cinder finishes it off with style, gets the headshot, takes him down, and Ireland live to fight another day.
Yeah, 14-6. Ireland, they're just clinging on in. I mean, they're proper, clutching at straws here, trying to stay in this as long as they can. And, I mean, potentially we've seen them playing pretty well so far. 14-6. I wouldn't say, you can count them out entirely just yet, but I mean, they've got to basically go flawless if they want to win. I mean, we could potentially see overtime if Ireland keep playing really well, but I mean, it seems somewhat unlikely for the time being. We can only guess. But I mean, looking at this now, Turkey, 3 players over towards that A ramp area, 1 up into apps. It's a fairly standard sort of play. You've got Centaurus trying to take that mid control. We've seen him take it so many times. And he does damage on the Nexus. Smoke's going over in towards A. An aggressive push on the ramp though from Cinder does open things up for them. Cratey gets 1 as well, and the Centaurus in mid, so they lose all that mid presence for the Turkish side. Paz out of apps does pick up 1 on a corner. And now it's going to go into a 3-on-3 here. Bomb should be going down any minute now, but 6 HP on Paz, who's been a key player for the Turkish side. It's going to leave them in a very, very bad way. Bomb gets dropped as well, right out in the open, so that's going to be a challenge for Turkey to have to go about getting. And while Cratey and MN are going to be the ones left alive for Ireland to try and hold on to this, Flash does go out. Cratey's playing it nice and safe, as is MN. And I think at this point, they're just listening out, waiting for any sort of indication of a plant. And then hopefully they're going to peek together. And well, Cratey gets taken down by Calix, and that's going to be a huge spanner in the works for the Irish side, as now it all falls onto MN. 1 versus 2, Calix and Paz. And Calix with a wonderful shot there. That was lovely to see. Through a gap about the same size of like a pinhead, he manages to find that headshot. It's going to go 15-6. It's going to be match point now to Turkey.
Match point indeed, and that was even more detrimental than if Ireland would have lost the last round, because they have even less money now because of the casualties that they suffered in that last gun round. So losing 3 rifles into that last one, they lose all 5 into this one. And now they're going to be in dire straits. The push is going to be coming in towards the B bomb site. They're actually semi-stacking this right now. They've got 3 players that are close, 1 in Market now, and then 2 over in the B bomb site. The push is going to be coming in on Catwalk and through the B halls. To wrap on around, and Woxic's going to be able to find the opener. Cinder answers back with 2 of his own, but it's Engine to rectify that. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade over in that bomb site, but they still haven't cleared out that player. MN is going to be able to find 1 more. Engine goes in on a second. It's down to a 2 versus 2. A dink through the box, 26 HP for Connor. And it's Nexus and Connor to try to clutch this one out. Bomb is going to get planted here in a moment's notice. It is on the back of Calix. He's just holding temporarily. He doesn't know where Nexus is coming from. They don't realize that both players are over in Market right now. So the bomb finally planted. Calix and Engine looking to put this one to bed. Looking to take this 16-6.
The push is going to be in the way for the Irish side, but Bomb is ticking. Engine gets 1. It's all going to fall on Nexus here, and he needs to do this if he wants to keep Ireland in it. 15-6. He finds the first. He's going to go for the second, but Calix is there, and he does take him down, and that's going to wrap up the this series for anyway. Ireland, sadly, they are out. They are going to be going home, and well, that does mean that Turkey, they'll be going through to the second round of qualifiers with everyone else who's already there. So very, very well played to them. And well, to break this match down and to tell us what else we can be expected tonight, we're going to go live back into the studio with our wonderfully talented analyst desk. Thank you all.
Bringing what a smooth, bringing the big guns for both teams, but obviously Turkey has the bigger guns. 16-6 in favor of Turkey, and they're through to the second round called the qualifying stage in Europe, trying to reach those 3 slots that Europe has for the LAN finals in Belgrade.
Thank God I looked at monitor at that point.
Yeah, Centaurus and Paz were doing the job, and that was basically it.
Yeah, you could say Centaurus really didn't have that fragging impact as much as we thought. He was up there, definitely, but we saw Calix stepping up, Voxic stepping up, pretty much everyone except Engine. But I guess he wore himself out into that first map where he was raid boss. But Centaurus, I mean, not just giving confidence to his teammates. He had that one round, the first full buy round for Turkey on the T side, where he just runs out mid, and Connor had no chance, even though he had an AWP against an AK of Centaurus, and he gets that kill, gets the kill on short. They're already in A, so yeah, like I expected. It was even a bigger lead. I said 16-8. Centaurus and Pez were that much of an impact that it ended 16-8. 16-6. Sorry.
Centaurus actually had really good impact at the start of this map. Like
With a triple kill. Quite
not just those triple kills. He got maybe a 2 or 3 crucial kills in a full buy round, and they managed to get to 6-0. And then Ireland surprised them with fast push on A side with Tech 9s, managing to get that round. But all in all, Turkey really played great with these players, and if they brought these players from the beginning, I think this would be a really easy 2-0 for Turkey. Congrats to Ireland, and I won't say it, but and to Neil as well, and I hope that we see them next year.
Yeah, well, they put up a good fight against a strong Turkey, definitely. A Turkey who might go for that 3 slots.
Yeah, we were just talking with that. I talked with our admins. They're thinking that Turkey can do it, but honestly, I think it's going to be quite hard. Maybe they can get through the second round. I definitely can see that happening. But in the third round with big boys like Sweden, France, that's a tough task. Russia and so on. So, yep. It's possible, but I think in those matches there'll be underdogs, not favorites.
Okay, well, to sum up really quickly, Turkey won against Ireland 2-1. The second match of the day, Belarus versus Croatia, will start in about 15 minutes. So, don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back. See you soon.